Hey, welcome in everyone. My name's Colin. Happy to have you guys all in here today. So in today's video, we're going to be going over an Elon Musk tweet that he recently posted about Tesla. And in my opinion, it's not getting a lot of attention. And it's one of the most important tweets, in my opinion, about Tesla because it goes over its potential future. And it also goes over what Elon sees as a big catalyst for Tesla in the future. So let's get right into it. So the Twitter thread starts off with Holmar's catalog replying to a tweet by a Tesla shareholder, it looks like, that's a bit upset that Tesla stock's been going down, which honestly is ironic that he's upset because the whole stock market's been going down. So you should be upset about every stock because every stock's been going down basically. I wouldn't say every stock, but pretty much almost every single stock. I mean, you look at Facebook, you look at Nvidia, they're all down like more than 50%. You look at PayPal, probably down over 60, 70%. Like, it's insane from their all-time highs how much it's gone down for like big companies. We're not even talking about the small companies, man. The small companies in the Russell 2000, those have been obliterated for a while. And up until recently, in the last month or so, month and a half, like all these big tech companies and like just big corporations, like even like Target, it's been going down a lot. So this guy basically being upset that Tesla stock's down because of Elon is kind of ridiculous because that's what he says in his tweet. He says, well, yes, the biggest and number one problem is Elon. Number two is full self-driving. So this guy's thinking the reason Tesla stock's down is because of Elon's involved. And the second one's because they're working on full self-driving. Like, I think what he's maybe trying to say is full self-driving isn't here yet. So because of that, that's another reason why it's down. It's like, we haven't like promised full self-driving for a while, right? So why is it now that everybody's like, oh, it's full self-driving, we gotta sell because it's still not here? I don't think that's accurate. So and that's what Holmar's catalog is saying. He replied with, without Elon there wouldn't be a Tesla, which is totally true. So the first problem that he cites is not correct. And then the second about the full self-driving, if you look at like FSD videos, people driving their cars in the beta, like it's gotten to the point where it barely makes any mistakes. So I think it's doing pretty good. So I don't see any issues with that. But anyways, then Holmar's catalog goes on to say, major eye roll at shareholders hating on the guy who made them rich just because the market had a downturn. See, and that's the thing. The market had a downturn. Tesla and Elon, Elon didn't have anything to do with Tesla going down. If anything, they're executing extremely well compared to like a lot of other companies during these times. So the fact that it's still going down, it just basically is an awesome buying opportunity in my opinion. But I know I'll be buying, but no financial advice here, all entertainment, of course. But yeah, like I just don't agree with this guy who basically was arguing against Elon. And Holmar's catalog is basically completely right here. And so he goes on to say it's all Elon's fault in quotes because, he's quoting like people that are upset that it's been going down. Which, what's funny? People that are upset that Tesla stock's been going down, it's like they're upset that the stock's down, but they're not looking at the company. They should be upset if the company's not executing, right? Because if it's not executing, then obviously the stock's going to go down because they're not doing a good job as a company. Like, these people are just looking at like, oh, the number on my Tesla ticker is down, so obviously it's all going to go down. And the company doesn't matter if they're selling more cars. It doesn't matter that they're having more factories that are now operational. Now they have the Giga Shanghai expansion going. They have the Texas Gigafactory up and running now. Obviously not like ramped fully, but it's starting to ramp and it's built now. And then you have the Germany Berlin factory that's already built and also up and running. And it's like, are you kidding me? You're telling me that you're selling because the stock's going down, even though they have more factories now, even though their 4680 battery cells are like, being built like in mass. Like I'm pretty sure like there's no reason to sell. I mean, honestly, it's just more of a market thing. I think the whole market is wanting to sell, and that's what's happening. And it's just a great buying opportunity as far as Tesla's concerned. So yeah. But anyways, Holmar's catalog goes on and says, bro, he told you the stock price was too high. He told you recession was coming. Why you ignore, then get mad at him? Now that part's actually kind of funny because the stock price is too high. That was about a year, maybe a year and a half ago when Elon Musk tweeted that. So, he did tell everyone it was too high. So, you kind of agree with him. So, you can't be mad at the guy who told you his own stock was too high. which I don't agree. And I think Elon in his response here doesn't agree long term as well. But he goes, yeah, I mean, the part where he says about, you told you recession was coming. Why you ignored then? Get mad at him. So like he did actually say in November, December time, Elon tweeted in 2021, November, December time, that there was probably going to be a recession in spring or summer of 2022, if not by the end of the year. And honestly, Elon was right. And I'm not surprised he was right, because like this guy owns he owns like multiple companies. You got Neuralink, you got Boring Company, you got Tesla, you got SpaceX. Like he knows the supply chain pretty well, I'm assuming. And he's seeing all the inflation going on in all his companies. He hires people like this, like Elon hires people. He knows what's going on in the economy, especially when he has such different businesses that he gets to see like, you know, how inflation is affecting his own businesses and kind of assume, hey, like my businesses are kind of getting affected by inflation. We got supply chain shortages and all that stuff. So I'm not too surprised that Elon Musk knows, or I wouldn't say he knew, but like he had a pretty good intuition that there was going to be a recession, you know? And that's another thing. It's like people think, you know, oh, don't listen to Elon. Why do we care what Elon says about a recession? Like I've seen some tweets like that on Twitter, and it's just like, dude, like don't take his word for gospel, of course, but like definitely consider it as another good data point, like a very high rated data point, because he sees things we don't, because he owns so many companies and he hires people, like I said, and he sees the supply chain, like I said, so better than we would. I mean, if you own a business, you might know too, but like he owns multiple businesses in different kind of categories. So he gets a real good view, especially because they're such big businesses and do massive amounts of sales, and especially cars too, because they have so many like, parts. I think it's like 10,000 parts for the car or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but anyways, so we're going to get into the Elon Musk tweet now. So he says, indeed I did. So he's saying, indeed I did. I did say the stock price was too high, and I did say there was going to be a coming recession most likely. So, but yeah, so he says, indeed I did. However, I also think that Tesla has the potential to be the most valuable company ever. Now, this part right here is my favorite part, obviously, because I'm a shareholder, and I mean, I want to know that the CEO believes what I believe too, what I already believe to be the case. But it's nice to see that Elon Musk is also basically saying the same thing, which is, yeah, like Tesla has the potential to be the most valuable company ever. Now, the reason I think he's right on this is because if you look at what he's doing, he's trying to disrupt what really is the economy, which is labor, right? Because labor creates services and products, which is the economy. So, and he's, making the Tesla bot, which is going to try to disrupt that. And then you're looking at the robotaxi, right? And the robotaxi is going to be so cheap, people are not even going to want to own cars. You can still probably own a car, but it's going to cost more. It's going to be like a luxury to own a car, because most people are going to be like, I don't want to deal with maintenance. I don't want to deal with, having like real estate taken up in my property by cars. Like when I could just like go on my phone or whatever and have a Tesla, a robotaxi, Tesla come and pick me up within like less than 5 minutes or something, right? I think Elon is disrupting so many industries that are so big that I totally agree with it being potentially the most valuable company ever. The only reason it wouldn't be is if he ended up having serious competition quicker than expected. If he doesn't have serious competition within the next like 5 years, which I don't think is the case, because people don't understand. People are like, oh, they're going to start copying. They're not saying they're going to start copying Tesla. Usually what they'll say is they're catching up to Tesla, or they caught up to Tesla. And it's like, one, they haven't fully caught up to Tesla. There's a lot of different things about what Tesla offers that they haven't caught up on. And by the time they do catch up to where they are in 2022, Tesla's already going to be in when it's like 2025, 2026. So it's like they'll always kind of be behind because they started off so late. Now, of course, eventually over time, the gap might lessen, but I think Tesla has a decent lead where they can keep it. And what he says there about Tesla has the potential to be the most valuable company ever are going to be a reality, in my opinion. And so finally he goes on, and this part is where I think he's saying, the reason I think the potential of Tesla being the most valuable company ever is this, and this is what he says. When Tesla's market cap making sustainable energy products exceeds that of Aramco, or Saudi Aramco, I think is what he's going for, producing fossil fuels, you know the future will be good for Earth. So he's basically saying once our market cap hits Saudi Aramco's market cap by producing sustainable energy products, it'll be because we took so much market share from the fossil fuel companies that our market cap is just going to grow higher. And that's not including the other things like robotaxi. That's not including like the other things like that, like I said, like the Tesla bot, and all those things. So it's awesome to see that Elon Musk recognizes this. Okay, guys, so there's one last thing I want to show you guys that kind of goes along with what we just read here towards the end on Elon Musk's tweet about Tesla's market cap exceeding Saudi Aramco's. When we go over to their market cap, we see that it rounded up, it's about $2.4 trillion market cap. Now, right here, this website is showing me the 370 largest energy companies by market cap that total 8.8 trillion. So that's only 370. There's a total, though, if we look up here, there's a total of 6,257 companies. That's a whole lot of energy companies, and a lot of them are small. But when you add all of them up together, we're looking at an $85 trillion market cap when you add up all the companies. So when we look at the $85 trillion market cap of all the energy companies combined, how much do we think Tesla's going to capture from that? I think it's going to be around $5 to $6 trillion in market cap, where they're going to capture that much just from the energy sector in their business. So their energy sector in their business alone is going to be $5 to $6 trillion. And of course, they won't be able to get the full 85 trillion because it's going to be competition. But if they get 5 to 6 trillion, that's a huge amount higher from where we're at today as far as Tesla's market cap, which is around 6 to 700 billion. So that's definitely like almost like a 10x from where we're at today, and that's only on their energy side of their business, right? I'm not counting their robo-taxis and their Tesla bot. Those are completely separate. That might add another extra like 3 to 4 to 5, even 10 trillion for the Tesla bot. We don't really even know how much the Tesla bot's going to be giving in market value, because no one's ever done something where they disrupt the total like labor market, right? That's like probably the biggest market because it makes up the whole economy, right? So that's going to be crazy to see. But all these companies here that we see listed here, none of these are investing heavily into like renewable energy. So by the time that they need to start doing that, the CEOs that are in there, the executives that are in there, they might not even be there. That's why they're not doing it, because a lot of these executives are like, well, by the time we need to actually transition, I'm going to be long gone and I'm going to have a fat paycheck, a lot of money that I made from that company doing just the maximum I could to maximize profits with our old stuff that we were doing the old way without rocking the boat. Like, that's what those like companies are going to be struggling with. And I think that's what happened with the auto industry, right? The same thing that happened with the auto industry. They're waking up now that they see Tesla as a real threat. I think the oil industry that keeps attacking Elon sees that he might be a threat, but they're probably still, like thinking, probably not going to happen on the energy side. Like, we dominate so much, we lobby so much that it's going to be really hard for Tesla. Like, it's not going to last forever, and it's going to change, and they probably know that, but they're going to be gone before that happens, right? Within the next 5 to 10 years. Anyways, guys, thanks for sticking around towards the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think about everything we talked about here, including, do you think Tesla's going to be the most valuable company in the world? And if so, when do you think it's going to happen? And do you think Elon Musk is actually a problem like that short seller or angry shareholder said? I certainly think Elon is the man for the job to get us to become the most valuable company in the world as far as Tesla's concerned. So I do appreciate you guys watching. Like I said, hit the like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. This is my first YouTube video that I've done on this channel, so please let me know anything I can improve on. I basically just want to discuss different stocks, different investing topics, and just dive deep into those topics. I don't want to just talk surface level. Like, I like to talk pretty deep about everything. So if you like deep thought investing, I guess is what you would call it, yeah, stick around and hit the like button. I really appreciate it. I mean, the subscribe button, I meant to say. Well, like button's good too, though. Thanks for watching.